Okay, let's go. Let's do some daily puzzles. Let's see if I can get to 2500 today. I already looked at this for like 3 seconds. I think you can take care. This reminds me quite a bit of a game I lost yesterday. I played something similar like this, similar to this, forking to rooks, and I got pummeled. I think the point is... oh wait, so the rook is pinned. Okay, it's not trivial, but it might just be this, because if you take, I have a discovered attack winning the queen. So I can win this pawn for sure. Does that help? Maybe not. Material balance, we're down 2 pawns, but that's fine. Winning a piece is enough. Yeah. It's actually not clear to me. Let's say this, that. I don't see it, because you can't like do this. I mean, you can do that immediately, maybe. You can try that, but like, let's say sack. Oh, and then it's sack the rook, and then it's checkmate if you take the rook. That's funny. Do I need to take the pawn immediately? Because I'm threatening take, remove it, sack the rook here, check and checkmate, assuming that the knight moves. So this puts the knight in this, what's called, this blocks the knight from moving. Whatever, I don't think there's a real term for it. I wanted to say it's pinned, but it's not actually pinned. You can also maybe go there. Let's say you defend somehow in some smart way. Check and take checkmate. Also win the queen. Usually these puzzles aren't that difficult, but I'm kind of getting stumped here. Because I think there are just too many options after rook h3. You can also do rook g3 maybe. And the sack here. Take. No, that doesn't do what I wanted to do. I feel like I'm blind. Could be a queen sack, like this or that. Because you're forced to take the queen. And let's say in this position you can give this check. Check somewhere. I don't know, let's say here. That doesn't actually do anything even. Whew. Damn. This is hard. I'm left with basically this, or you can't put the queen on the diagonal. Hmm. Hmm. Rook h3 saves, but like you can just defend this, probably, right? Let's say the knight returns. Oh, then you still sack probably, right? You still sack the house. Because if you don't take, if you take, then it's a discovered attack, and if you don't take, this is still a mate threat. But maybe, no, that's probably not good. Hmm. Come on, man. It feels like it should be this, because you can't take. And that sacks the queen, that's not good enough, so you do actually have to play it like that. Or the other way around, but here this is really bad, but you can just go there and then it's not quite just a pawn. Oh, you can't defend that, that's cool. So you do have to sack the bishop first for that. I'm just gonna do that, I don't care anymore. Oh. Okay. The point is that, well, taking you win the queen, that's easy. But this, you need to find rook h3, which I found. And there, the point is that there's just no good move here. I mean, this defends the queen, which is interesting, but that doesn't really help. Bishop f5, cool. But I was looking at this, and then you can sack. You can't take. I saw this exact line. Also, you do need to find. Yeah, I missed that part, but whatever. Honestly, this just taking is kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. Now that's more like it. This feels like a sacking the house position for checkmate. Where can the king go? Can't go on this line. Can't go here with the or there. So it's just these two. The king just moved there without provocation. That's interesting. It's weird. Oh, and I can give this check. Oh, and I can go there and there, but that's fine. Both you only have one move. Or both you have no more moves left. And then I can sack the queen, or yeah, if you take the knight you can sack the queen, and if you don't take the knight you can sack the queen here. I think that works, because taking like that should be checkmate. No, it's not immediately. Wait. So here, 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 take, take. You can go there. Okay. The other one is checkmate though, because the knight defends. So here, here. It should be a good start. And I can sack the rook. Yeah, you're forced to take. I don't think that helps, but I can. Can also give this check first. No. There's also this, which is probably nothing. I think this is closest to working. Just need to find the actual solution. Wait, it's this sack. And you can take back with the rook. That's insane. That's a good puzzle. Okay, we have a queen versus two rooks. This king is very scary. Is it a mate in 3? Wait. So this is a mate in 3. Kind of a staircase. And this is unclear. We have too many pawns, so you can't just sack the queen for a stalemate or something. The king also has too many moves. This. Oh, actually, can you no. The queen is hanging. And oh, you can't run. This, that, there. Okay. Ooh, wait, I think I see it. And I don't think it's this, because the king runs away. The point is that you can't let the king go there. So here threatens this checkmate. How do you defend? Well, there are two moves. This or that. And this, I saw that this is checkmate immediately. So you're forced to do that. And then this is checkmate. Nice. Okay. This pawn is pinned, but otherwise I win a rook. That makes part of it easy. Because check, if you go up, then I give this check, force go there, and I take this rook, and that actually wins rook. Because this rook is hanging and that rook is hanging, which is equal, and I already won a rook. So, if you go up, check, check, same deal. Okay, I really... What's the point? Oh, the rook is hanging here. The other rook is hanging, so this is a draw. You have to go up first though for that. This wins the rook. Right? With check as well. Oh, but then the issue is defending, or running away and defending. Oh, you can take here. And then we're up a rook. And then you can push here. But then the queen is no longer hit, so it's all fine, so you can play like king f2 or something. Probably. Yes. I assumed knight d7 actually instead. Like this move is trivial. I really assumed knight d7 because then in this variation, oh, then you can go queen e4 of course. Queen e7, that also doesn't help. Yeah, okay, this is the line. And it's important that you don't take this rook, probably because this is at least a perpetual, if not more. Apparently, you're forced to take. Oh, you. That's the threat. You're taking a piece for some reason. Oh, and this rook. And it's still almost a oh, it still is a perpetual. If not better. Okay. Yeah, my line is winning. And the other line is perpetual, which is... I assumed it would be a perpetual. Okay. Interesting. Bishop is pinned, but it's also... every pin is a discovered attack. We're down in exchange, but we have... our two pieces kind of do stuff. And the bishop is defended, so I can just leave with my queen. That's all fine. I can go here, threaten this checkmate. That's kind of difficult to defend. I think you're forced to go one of these two moves. You can't go there. So I think you're forced to go queen g8. Because this you go there. And you take the rook, which is also good enough. So here. And then what? Maybe this isn't good enough. Wow. That's weird. This looks so good. Let's look at different lines then. This all... oh. It's just a double attack. Come on, I can draw lines. And the only way to defend against h8 is still not nice. You also can't try to run away because this is defended. So this... oh, wait. No, it does work because the only way to defend is queen g8. Which loses the rook. Or that. In which case, can I win the full rook? Winning the exchange is, I believe, good enough. But I'm not sure it counts that. Because we're just up a pawn in a queen endgame. I think that's good enough. This you can defend like that. Oh, then you trade both, and that must be an easy win, right? Just attacking the rook again, forcing the defense because the rook still can't move because it's actually pinned in this way to the h8 mate square. I'm lying, and you can still play rook g8. This check forces this, and that. You're forced to go back. This is not helpful. And as the goal is to make a draw, which you do have then. But I was trying to win this game. Check here. There's also this check which sacks a piece. Doesn't actually help. I mean, it must be that. Right? Yeah. I don't see the rest of the continuation, but let's just look at it now. I assume this. Oh, you have to find bishop f. Oh, that's the checkmate you're going for. And this, that, there. Okay, so you're forced to basically sack. Cool that you need to find queen f6 here. Can't block with the rook because of checkmate. And you're up 2 pawns. That's good enough. Yeah, this is easy. h4 is fun though. But it doesn't work. Nice try. What a position. 2400 and you get to this. Okay, I need to see that. This is an opening I've seen, yeah, normal stuff. Is this normal, this b4, c5? I'm not sure, but it's played here. Okay, stuff's happening. Everything got sacked. We're down a piece and a rook. And the king is on g6, which, I mean, you should play king f8, right? And then run away to d7, which just barely works. Okay. This is not quite mate in 2, because you block with the knight. Do I need to sack more material here? Probably. It's not this or anything. I really want to take here with the queen, because then the king is forced to go up again to here, which is then, I don't know, knight moves somewhere. Actually, if you can't take this knight, then it's just an easy mate in 2. But you can just take the knight. In which case, it's also kind of a discovered attack. But that's probably not helpful. There's also this check. And just... You can't go there because of checkmate, but you can block. That wins a full rook, but that's not good enough. We're down too much material. Check, check. You're still forced to go there. This check. You can't profitably block it, so just keep running. Still get, I think you still get out. Unless you do check here, check there, and move the queen here immediately, threatening this, which is, oh no, knight defense. This is a threat though, because the king gets stuck and now it's no longer possible to defend. So that check here, here. And taking the knight isn't good enough because probably is good enough. That's sad. Actually, if I do this, check here, check. That's it. No. I mean, that's not good enough, right? Oh, this is checkmate, so it's good enough. What's wrong with this? Knight f4. Or plenty of things. You don't have to take. Sometimes I forget that you don't have to take. Okay. I can win a piece, clearly, via any of these two moves. I can also sack, take here with check and then take there, but that's not good enough. This is kind of a threat, but it's a threat in this way. So I need to have found a solution by that point. I mean, it's only a piece if I can get my knight in there somehow. What if I do that? Check here. That's kind of close. Check for if you go there, then this is checkmate. So you have to go there. Check. Can't go there, so you have to go there. Back. Here. That's not useful. So I have a knight there, rook there, and the king is there. What I can also do is this, check, take, and play d6, threatening this mate in 2. How do you stop that? Oh, you can promote to a knight? I think that's doesn't do anything. I mean, it defends because, but I think that's it. Oh, unless I go here. Wait. Come on. Yes, I saw this, and you have to play d6. Oh, rook d8. You can insert rook d8 as well. Once, but you have to go back and then find d6, yeah. Which I saw. Why is king c2 not good? Oh, the point is that you're forced to do this, so they're forced to do that, because otherwise you run here and then it's held. So you can't play king d8 because you take and defend with the king. Bit too fast. 2 pawns versus a knight. Ooh, I think I am almost no. I didn't quite spot it immediately. But if you do one of these, you can't take the pawn because the resulting position is just a win. So here, you can give this check. Let's say here you're forced to give that check. Here, I don't see it because you're, and here same issue, right? Must be this, and then find a good move. Maybe it's this. Unlikely, right? Or that. Also unlikely. Go back. And you're forced to basically go back, and then it's a draw again. I mean, the only other... you can also go there, forcing this, because you can't lose the knight, and you can't take the pawn. And then you just go there and there. Because you can't... You're forced to go in a dark square, and then I go in light square, so you can't attack the king anymore, and then this wins. Right? Not yet. Wait. So it's here. Lines. Oh, and then it's the check. And this, and then you can't defend. Yeah, okay. Check first is important here. And push up. Half an hour, 30 rating points. I don't think we're gonna get 2500, but it's worth a shot. This is really scary. We're down an exchange. We can win the exchange back immediately. Just a double attack. But is the discovered attack scary in some way? That's also the question. What I can also do... Oh, that's fascinating. Is take the pawn, let's say there, and then pin the knight. Right, so I'm threatening to win this piece and this full rook. And despite being down in exchange, that's both good enough to have an advantage, a winning advantage. So let's say this. I saw that you can play knight e2 there. Wait. And knight e2 you can't obviously take, because the queen suddenly gets pinned. And that's after which, I mean, you can take the queen and take the exchange, but that's not good enough, because the knight survives, I think. Actually, it's a check, so you're forced to go, let's say, there. Does the knight survive that? Oh, the knight just goes back. In that case. So, not there here. Then you can take the queen, but then the knight still gets trapped. What I saw is, instead of taking the pawn, you can also just go there to prevent all of this. No, you can't, because then the discovered attack is still a thing. So same thing. Why did they take? Oh, you have to see that this is just nothing. Yeah. There is no discovered attack, is the point. And queen g2, you can... This discovered attack. Whoa. That's insane. Did not spot that. Okay. Okay, so the king is very stuck. I saw this nice mate in 3, and I think that should be it. Sack the rook and checkmate. Don't see what you do. Right? Because you're forcing the king up, so, and the queen can't take back. And the king can't run. It's the first thing I looked at. Okay. That's very interesting. So many lines. This doesn't work because you just get the king permanently stuck, but that doesn't help. That doesn't do anything. You can't actually get to the king. Taking here is interesting. Let's see, if I do that, then that wins. Actually, you can go here and delay it by a move and get... But that doesn't... Like, this doesn't actually do anything, and there's no check anywhere. There's no defense either. Fairly certain. Nope. So take, you can also take here, but then hit this, and I don't see how you defend anything. Oh, actually I do see something. You can sack the queen. That looks good enough, because you win the second rook as well. Unless you give this check and take back the rook. There's also a queen here, so you can't just take the rook immediately. I mean, this is definitely an option. Let's look at alternatives, and I mean, sack the queen, but that's too slow. No alternatives? I think no alternatives. Yep. And this forces the queen sack, which is good enough, maybe, for black. Yes. And I don't think you can take the queen is the point. I think the point was this and this. And apparently it accepts this. Because it's check. Okay, you can't take the rook. And then it's just checkmate. And this doesn't matter. Yeah, it makes sense that this is just a checkmate. 2 queens against 1 also. This is mate into threat. The king is very stuck. This is a standard mate into trick. Yeah, and there's... I was looking at other stuff while explaining, but I wasn't certain about it, so let's go back to explaining. And if you do anything stupid, then this is just a checkmate, because you can't go to the g file because of this pawn. But this must be perpetual. Unless the point is that you run away from here to the queen. Actually, you can probably prevent that. And so, since you can't run away because you get checkmated. So that's a draw. Other alternatives. I was looking at giving a check here, forcing a king up, and then this check, and that looks like it works. Or there. Actually, that last check, this check doesn't work, but you can go here. So you're forced to take the pawn, but that's good enough. So threaten this check. Something like that or that. Actually, it's probably this, because how do you defend with the queen? Well, that. And this, how do you defend that or that? And this, how do you defend this? Oh, but that's interesting, right? No, wait, no. This, that. And now g4, can you run away? Probably not, right? Also with this you get that, which is kind of dead already. You can also go here, which I'm not sure. Probably that. Where else can you attack it from? Well, here. Is it useful to do that instead of that? I mean, you can do this, something like this, but no, not there. But I don't see what the point of giving any of these checks. But I think that's the point. I want to threaten queen f7. Actually, also, if you go to the last rank, the king just returns. So it's basically one of these two. And this one blocks queen a3, while this one attacks the pawn. And maybe does something like that, but you can just defend the pawn like that. And this one, let's say here you have this check, but that's, I don't think that's anything, because oh, that also still wins the pawn. So both of them, if you want to try to play for a win as black, or as a probably as for a draw, you have to go there regardless. So here, here, and then you get this, which is probably nothing. Also that generates a perpetual, I'd assume, because this line is open. What if I do this and then find a nice way to prevent a perpetual here? Probably this, so you can block. Check, 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 check. And block. Probably not worth it. Actually, if you push the queen up to a8 first and then play g4, then you can, I think, run here. Which means there's no perpetual. Okay. Why would you... Yeah, the point was that you give the first check here as black. Yeah. I think it's this one. I think it's the E1. Mostly because you defend E1. So here that G4 check here. Check. Actually, let's say this. Check there. Oh yeah, this is the point. You go to C3, because if you go to H4, then you could try Queen E1, but that's blocked. And on H4, you can try G5, but you just take. So it is this exactly, and G4, and you run to H4. I'm not bad at this. Oh, is this a... I really want to look at this opening. Oh, okay. It's not a Jerome Gambit for the intellectuals around us, because there's still bishop around here. Wow. Terrible English. So this is mate in 2. This, I want to add more pieces, of course, if possible. Check. That's also checkmate. It's I know that because that's how you give a cool queen checkmate with 2 queens. You put the king anywhere and then this is checkmate, or that, or wherever. So here, no, here, sack the pawn. Also important, what if you take with the knight? If you go back, it's checkmate. And there's that's check. Here, this check. And both of them give this checkmate. So the only way out is take with the knight. Actually I don't see that. I think that might be fine. Second bishop maybe. Or actually this. And that forcing either here or here. This must be checkmate, and this I don't actually see it. Maybe then you just go back. Would be cool. But I think the most sensible move is just king e7. And I need to find a solution to that first. You can't take off. Maybe you can. Blech. What if it's this? Where can the king go? Plenty of places. And if this, it can also go there. There. But you can't play bishop g5. No, I think I need to do this to kick the king out again after they try to go to e7. And then this check. Check. Winning a piece. Also that's checkmate. Okay, that seems reasonable. So you... Oh. It's probably this, but let's take a look properly. This wins with that. Yeah, this properly wins. Bishop c4. This is also mate in 2, so the only real thing to look at is this again. King d6 immediately. And e5, knight takes. Check here. Is that the same checkmate? Wow, it is. Okay. Good. I missed that move. Does it matter? Probably not that much. Oh, actually it does. Kind of. But I can win a piece. At least. I can also give this check. Okay. So d6 must be strictly suboptimal in that case, because you give this check and you're forced to go to e7 regardless, and then this trick is still works. Yep, and it's the same checkmate. Right? No, wait, no it's not. No, it is. Is it? No, it's not, but there it is. It's basically the same checkmate. So here, king e7. There's no more checks there. What if we take? Then part of the plan doesn't work anymore. Because you wanted queen d5. Take with the pawn. That's also interesting. This puzzle is long, and we've almost gone for an hour. I'm gonna finish this puzzle and then call it quits. Regardless of what happens. I feel like it should be queen f5 here. And king e7. But then what? You can sack a bishop. But that doesn't seem to work. I mean, you can still just take. And that works. Actually, no, this works. So where can you go? Can't go there. Can't go here because of, or can't go to e7 because of this checkmate. Right? No, sorry. This. That. Okay, let's look at the rest first. Can try to run though. So maybe it's there. Can go there or there. I think that works. I think this works. Because if you ever go there, then it's check. And oh wait, it's the same issue. Come on, man. I mean, it could also just be pawn takes to give yourself the e-file for the queen. So let's say here the point is that you can play queen e4. That doesn't feel all that likely actually. You can't go there because that's mate in 1. So the queen is there, king is there, it can go here, 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 not there immediately, clearly. This. And again you run to c5. It's a pain. Hit the 1 hour mark. I really wish this would be over earlier. That was the reason why... Wait, here you can just take. Which is very helpful. Because now this still doesn't work. You can get... okay. You can get king there. The bishop defends e6. Can't be a silent move, right? A no check move. Very unlikely. So it also can't be anything on this diagonal, because the king goes, I don't know, here. Yeah. No, you can't play this, this. That doesn't help. Also, you can probably just sack the queen, because the queen is attacked on h3 by the bishop. This feels like the type of puzzle where you'd play bishop takes d5 and they respond by playing queen takes d5. And you cry because you spent 15 minutes on a puzzle and then they don't actually go into it. So I'm going to probably just have to believe that. Actually, there's this nice thing where take... I'm gonna play e5 and this, win the queen, okay, that's good enough. And this the point is after e5 if they go there, you can go here. Doesn't, maybe not. Oh, c4. Take on Bassan, you can take with the knight. Keeps the attack going. Can also just play bishop though, of course. So here, bishop, of course. No, sorry, take here, bishop. That makes a lot more sense, actually. Sometimes I hate chess. What's the point? You just take the knight and you're up material? Is that it? You can also play bishop, of course. And all... Ugh. Gross. You just win the knight regardless, and the attack keeps going. Rage. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out in 2 seconds. Probably not. In that case, I'll just quit. Everything must be forced. Check. Yeah. Okay. See you next time.